I'm literally running errands and like moving boxes, and I just had to make this video because I'm looking at the gaslighting that's happening from the left-wing legacy media, where they are largely not reporting on this. And then they're sending like New York Times writers out to say the fraud might be happening. And here's some common things that we're hearing. It's right-wing propaganda. This is an attempt by the right. This is about white supremacy. This is racism. I saw a Black American woman. They pushed her out there to say, hey, you know what? Don't worry about the fraud that's going on here with Somalians nationwide. We need to focus on white people. This is white people. Even Governor Walz was asked about the fraud, which, by the way, he's already on record admitting to the fraud. He's now trying to say he was aware of the fraud and he was trying to help. But then you have left-wing media at the same time saying there is no fraud, or there may be fraud, or that it's fake news, that it's propaganda. So which is it? Is Walz apologizing for the failure because of something that never...
Listen, we got to talk about... we got to talk about this, man, because, man, oh, man, are things getting out of hand. Really getting out of hand. I want to give a shout out to Latrice Littleton. That is the black woman that you just saw in that last clip. Latrice Littleton on TikTok, by the way. So go check her out. Tell her I sent you. But I also want to give a shout out to Care 11 News, because these guys have been doing some major digging, and boy, have they found some things. I'm just about to pull up three different clips for you guys to show you this fraud is absolutely rampant. Rampant. It's honestly mind-blowing how much fraud we have going on. But I want to hop into it. These clips are a little bit longer. I'm probably not going to play the entire clips because we'd be here for a little while. But yeah, let's hop into this. And I want your honest thoughts and opinions in the comments. So like, share, comment, and subscribe if you are new. And let's dive in.
Erna Hammerschmidt relishes the rural life she's building in Oak Grove, Minnesota.
And I've been through a lot. It's nice to be able to say I have a place where I actually feel safe.
Safe and 2 years sober after 15 years in active addiction. Erna is a success story for both Minnesota's rehab and Housing Stabilization Services, or HSS programs.
Are we sitting in a home that a housing stabilization worker helped you find?
Absolutely, we are.
She's watched with concern as Care 11's investigations expose seemingly endless cases of fraud in these programs that helped her. So, decided she'd better check her own Medicaid insurance billing claims.
Well, it was weird. I was looking at my claims and I saw this company called Community Care Partners in there, and I was like, who are these people?
They were billing her Medicaid.
Day after day.
Billing a lot.
$188.90.
Week after week.
Same thing.
Month after month.
Until you saw their name on your insurance billing, had you ever heard of this company?
No. This company, Community Care Partners, has never worked with me in any way, shape, or form. It's like, who are you? I don't know who you are.
Who are Community Care Partners? Their website says they provide ARMS. ARMS is the acronym for Adult Rehabilitative Mental Health Services, a Medicaid program overseen by the Minnesota Department of Human Services that helps an individual develop and enhance psychiatric stability.
I've never received any type of ARMS services.
Online, Community Care Partners solicits referrals with very detailed information requested. The exact info you'd need to start billing someone's Medicaid. When you click on Meet Our Team, you get a page with no information. It does say, find us at our working location in St. Anthony.
Let's go see if Community Care Partners is actually here.
So Care 11 set out to do just that.
This is the address. It says it's Suite 312.
We found a small sign on a door and a mailbox but no one answered.
Doesn't look like anybody's actually here. It's 1:45, so we're in the middle of the day during business hours.
The Secretary of State website listed a manager. When Carol Evan contacted her, she provided evidence that she'd sold the business in December 2023. That sale happened before the ghost billing to Erna's insurance started, and the timing raises even further questions.
Yeah, you guys got to see these numbers after this alleged sale of the business. It's mind-blowing.
Medicaid data reveals Community Care Partners billed just $20,000 in 2022 and $10,000 in 2023. However, in 2024, under new ownership, the company's Medicaid billing didn't just grow, it exploded by nearly 7,000% to more than $700,000. And at least in Erna's case, the money was paid when no services were provided.
To be blunt, you feel like fraud was committed?
Oh, absolutely. There's no way it was not committed.
Eventually, Carol Levin received an email from one of the current owners, Mohammed, who
Oh, interesting. Very interesting name there.
refused to participate in an interview, but acknowledged fraudulent billing. He wrote that when they learned of a client's allegations, we immediately conducted an internal review and, that same day, terminated the staff member involved. Community Care Partners owner also wrote that all appropriate authorities, including DHS, have been notified and they're working on repayment for what he labeled an isolated incident.
Yeah, okay, I'll believe it when I see it. Bro, billing Medicaid hundreds of dollars every single day for services that weren't even rendered. Went from $20,000 in 2023, $10,000 in 2024 to over $700,000 in 2025. Listen, I think I need to get into the fraud game. I am doing the wrong stuff in life. These boys is out here getting rich. I mean, rich. And listen, here's the thing. That is one person, $700,000 for zero services. You didn't have to do a single thing. Not a single thing. Typed in a little bit of information and hit the button. $700,000. Bro, I'm doing the wrong stuff in life, man. It's crazy. These boys is getting filthy rich. Filthy. Off one person. And common sense will tell you it's not just one individual, right? There's probably, at least 10. Yeah. I need to do something else with my life, bro. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. I'm only joking, of course. I don't advocate for fraud, but man, listen, if I'm being honest, it gives you a cause to pause. I'm just like, yo, they can get $700,000 off one person just doing absolutely nothing. You know what? Hey, listen, might have to start me a daycare service. Might have to start me an arms service. Bro, I'm just about to start opening up all types of businesses, man. All types of businesses. But let's hop into this next clip. You got to check this one out as well. It's wild.
So there's this company that billed under my insurance named Action Therapy LLC. They're based in Minnesota.
A Minnesota man takes to TikTok in a series of videos.
Y'all just look at the numbers.
And he emails Carol Levin Investigates alleging Medicaid fraud.
They're billing. Never been there before. Never even heard of it until recently.
Muhammad Ali said he'd never heard of Action Therapy until he requested his insurance billing records. His Medicaid coverage is through taxpayer-funded Hennepin Health. When he got his records, he discovered in just 9 months, between August of 2024 and May 2025, Action Therapy billed $211,000. It was not all approved, but the records show they were paid nearly $85,000, he says, for doing nothing.
They running up them digits, man.
Muhammad currently lives in Kenya, but still questioned the charges in his name. Abbas Farah with Action Therapy emailed him, blaming the billing on a clerical mix-up and promised a full internal review.
Back-to-back days.
So who is Action Therapy? When Care 11 first started investigating back in June, this was their website. It claimed they are psychotherapists. Right away, we found red flags. Action Therapy's website listed their non-working phone number as 012-345-6789. Then their website went dark. In July, a new company website launched. This time, it claims they provide adult rehabilitative mental health services, known by the acronym ARMS, which focuses on real-life skills like budgeting, cooking, personal hygiene, medication management.
You see why I want to start an arms business? Oh, man. This is crazy. Boy, I tell you, man. Boy, I tell you. Anybody want to start a daycare business with me in Minnesota? We starting a daycare business and an arms business. Matter of fact, we starting several of them. We got to make sure the community is well served. Bro, I don't know if y'all adding up these digits, but that's $790,000 for doing absolutely nothing off of 2 people.
Transportation use and healthy communication. ARMS is a Medicaid program overseen by the Minnesota Department of Human Services.
The ARMS, or the Adult Rehabilitative Mental Health Services Program.
Just last week, Acting U.S. Attorney Joseph Thompson flagged ARMS as yet another program the feds are investigating for rampant fraud, as he announced federal wire fraud charges in the wake of Care 11's investigation into the housing stabilization program.
The level of fraud in these programs is staggering.
We wanted to hear Action Therapy's side of their clients' allegations of fraud, so we emailed asking for an interview and also tried calling Action Therapy's listed number on their new website.
Sorry, that mailbox is invalid.
Well, that got us nowhere.
Secretary of State filings confirmed a business address, which brought us to this building in Roseville.
All right, so we're looking for a place called Action Therapy, but here's the thing. I'm having a sense of deja vu. I've already been to this address and this exact suite number months ago when we were looking at a housing stabilization company called Liberty Plus.
Our investigation into housing stabilization fraud found Liberty Plus was a fly-by-night company with a website that listed employees with stock images of people named Caregiver Name. They used posters like this hung in bus stops and gas station bathrooms to sign up homeless people, promising to find them housing. But clients like Julie Quiros said they were given no help and remained homeless despite large sums of money billed to Medicaid in their name.
Well, it's not just stealing money. It's taking away from people that already are poor, broke, homeless, have no options, or on their last leg.
Citing Care 11's reporting, agents raided Liberty Plus and its owner's home as part of a federal investigation into widespread fraud. Then, just last week, federal charges.
Anwar Ahmed Dow.
Huh. Interesting name. I'm just making an observation. That is all. That is it. I'm not even the one that's doing this investigative reporting. Okay? I'm just making an observation. That's all I'm doing. Because the left is oh man. Oh, geez, Louise. You can't make this stuff up, man. But once again, there's more.
Mickey Clemmer's son, 39-year-old Rick Clemmer, died of what the medical examiner ruled natural causes, an enlarged heart. But what Care 11's investigation uncovered through Medicaid billing records and police body cameras
Rick was last seen yesterday.
Makes Rick's mom now suspect what played an enlarged role is neglect and fraud.
If they were really providing him the services they should have been, he would be here with me.
Rick was severely mentally ill, battling bipolar disorder and schizophrenia most of his adult life.
He had never lived on his own.
Until, in the summer of 2024, he moved out of a group home and into his own apartment, supported by a Medicaid-funded program called Integrated Community Supports, or ICS.
And that's where I think things went downhill.
Rick seemed to quickly deteriorate. This is what he looked like just before moving to his ICS apartment. 8 months later, the change drastic. Overseen by DHS, the Minnesota Department of Human Services, ICS is designed to help adults with disabilities live more independently in their own apartment with one-to-one daily assistance for things like health, safety, wellness, and household management.
Vulnerable people need these services.
Was Rick getting the necessary services? Records show his ICS provider, a private company called Ultimate Home Health Services LLC, billed $461 every single day, claiming they provided Rick, on average, almost 12 hours of ICS service daily.
What would you call what you're seeing on that piece of paper then?
Fraud. They're billing for something that never happened.
Mickey says she visited her son every week, often spending an entire day at his apartment, and never saw an ICS worker.
Crazy. Billing almost $500 a day for zero services rendered. Or at least very little services rendered, because like you just heard, his own mother said, hey, I visited him every single week. And when I was there, oftentimes I was there for the whole day and I didn't see a single person. So why were they billing $500 a day? Crazy. And unfortunately, this young man lost his life. Tragic.
Definitely confirm that those days there was nobody there. I was there. There was nobody there.
There was definitely nobody there to call 911 when Rick had a medical emergency and died alone.
When was the last time you guys seen him or known that he was alive?
Yesterday.
Around what time?
It was yesterday morning.
Time of death.
St. Paul police body cam footage, which Carol Evan worked with the Clemmer family to obtain, is a smoking gun.
I mean, to be honest, as like, you know, I do my daily check-ins. I have no idea what he does.
This ICS worker with Ultimate Home Health Services told the investigating officer they briefly check on Rick just once a day.
He is one of the most independent, residents here. So we don't got to do that much checking on him.
That's very different than the 12 hours of one-to-one service Ultimate Home was billing taxpayers. We wanted to ask the ICS company about their billing, but finding them is harder than you think. Their office is inside the back of an old strip mall, but no one was there during business hours. Their webpage is a skeleton. The generic placeholder address listed as Main Street, Anytown, Minnesota. According to Secretary of State records, Ultimate Home Health Services manager is Othman Mohammed.
Huh, interesting name. Yo, tragic story, man. Tragic story. My condolences to, his mother and his family. But you heard it from the worker there. Maybe checked on him once a day. Maybe. And they were still billing $500 every single day. Why don't we just all get into like the home care business or something? This is crazy. Crazy. My goodness, man. My goodness. This is just absolutely ridiculous. And unfortunately, this young man, according to the story, and I may have to like take out bits and pieces of that video, because there's certain parts where they actually show, I'm assuming, him laying in his apartment, deceased. Now they blur it out, but you know how the tube is sometimes with, stuff like that. Plus, just out of respect, I'm not going to try to show too much of that. But I also do want you guys to hear exactly what's going on. And apparently, he had been deceased for quite a while. Yeah, died alone by himself in a place where he's supposed to have assistance. Wild stuff, man. Wild stuff. Where are we at on that running total? We got where are we at? Hold on, let me add this up real quick. 790. So total out of those 3 clips that I showed you guys, that's almost $1 million. $972,000 for basically doing nothing, and including one young man losing his life. Almost $1 million for nothing. Allegedly, of course. Allegedly. Gotta say allegedly. So sad, man. So sad. But as always, y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions about all of this. Like I said, the more digging that I'm doing, the more I'm discovering more and more fraud all over the darn place. And, you know, it's why, you know, these Democrats, when Elon Musk was heavy on Doge, maybe that's why they were so gung-ho against it, because they knew that this stuff was rampant. Because trust and believe, it's not, first off, it's not just Somalians. They're just in the spotlight right now because it seems to be rampant among them, right? There's fraud in all types of communities. I've seen black people commit fraud, right? And I've talked about it several times. But also, you know, don't get it twisted. This runs deep. It's not just them. This goes down to the people that are administering the funds, in my humble opinion, because if you guys remember, I think in a video that I showed you guys yesterday, one of the administrators or state officials said that the daycare was closed, but then kind of refuted that by saying that they had people there. Like, they don't even have the story straight. And she said that their investigating showed that there was no fraud, but clearly we can see something's going on here. Something ain't adding up, right? And like, there's connections between one of the guys that was at the daycare and Tim Walz, and it's just, oh man, there's just so many connections. So in my humble opinion, there are some state officials, right, across all of these blue states that are involved directly in this fraud. They found out about it, knew about it, kept quiet about it. And in my humble opinion, they probably took a kickback to stay quiet. They walked up to these people, let them know, hey, we see what you're doing. You better stop. Give me a couple dollars. We'll keep it on the hush. We'll stay off your back. That's what I think happened. I mean, we've all heard the saying, money talks, BS walks, right? There's a lot of people that would do something strange for a little piece of change. That's for sure. And that's what I think we're seeing here with all of this alleged fraud that's going on. But as always, y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Make sure you guys share this video. It's the arrow button down below. Copy the link. Paste it anywhere you like on X, Facebook, Instagram. DM it to somebody. Text it, right? You can send it via email. I don't care. But America needs to see videos like this so they know what's really happening with our tax dollars. Peace and love. I'm out.